Well, with the national death toll from coronavirus continuing to rise, it really seems that soon everyone is going to be touched by this in some way.
And to make the situation even sadder, because of social distancing requirements, families can't come together to grieve. Visitations are either non-existent or are by appointment only, and funerals are quick affairs for 10 people or less.
Yeah, it's really sad. A funeral home in Memphis is taking one step further. It used to be a bank, so now they've converted the drive-through for viewings. While it's a temporary solution, the director says the celebrations of life are far from the same. So, how do you share your grief in these times of distancing when traditional ways of showing that we care just don't work anymore? Well, Amy Degurian, who is from the University of Pittsburgh School of Social Work, is here with some solutions. And thank you for joining us, Amy. We appreciate it.
Hi, Heather. Hi, David. Thanks for having me this morning, and I'm happy to help.
And how do you reach out? I mean, it's so sad that you can't go to the funeral home to pay your respects. You can't go to attend the actual funeral. What do you recommend as a way of showing that you care?
I think it's important to remember during these times that our need for connection and for compassionate companioning doesn't go away. It just forces us to get really creative in the ways in which we can show our support and our love for people who are grieving. I think we're losing that opportunity, as mentioned in the preview, to attend traditional funeral rituals where we can actually be with and share that sacred space with people. Getting creative means probably moving a little bit out of our own comfort zone and looking at ways that we might not ordinarily think would be helpful. I think going kind of old school with a phone call is always very helpful, but because it allows that space to open up so that the griever can actually talk about and share memories about the person who has died. I think, too, looking for times and places where we can simply write a letter or offering to share time with someone in the future when we're not all apart due to social distancing.
And Amy, if there is some sort of funeral service, I mean, we know a lot of them have been modified to some extent, but as we were seeing in Memphis with the drive-through funeral service or memorial service, if there is a smaller gathering, you say show up if you can.
100%. We need to connect with others when we're grieving. It's a process, and it is remedied by support. And support needs to be shown in sort of those creative ways that are helping as these funeral homes are coming up with things like drive-through viewings. Yes, show up. It may be, again, outside of your comfort zone. It may feel awkward. It may feel uncomfortable, but it's very important for the griever that they see that others are sharing in their grief.
And I know sometimes people worry, like making a phone call. You think, I don't want to make this person more sad. But you make the point, they're already sad. This gives them an opportunity to just to be able to talk, and you listen, right?
Thank you, David. That's exactly right. I think one of the fears we have about reaching out to people who are grieving is just exactly what you said. I don't want to call because I don't want to make them sad. They're already sad. And what we don't want to see is that they're sad and alone, because loneliness can really exacerbate the grief process. So our ability to kind of move through that really uncomfortable space, to make that phone call, and to just simply listen as the griever has an opportunity to talk is so very helpful.
Well, Amy, one of the other things that's going on, too, is people aren't really getting the chance to spend maybe the final moments with that individual. And so the grieving process really starts before that person passes. And how do you get through that process?
I think first and foremost is giving it a name. I think when we understand and recognize what that is, and that's called anticipatory grief. And anticipatory grief is the grief we feel before the grief that occurs when someone is actually dead. I think sometimes because anticipatory grief happens and the person is still alive, it feels like it doesn't have the right name. But it is in fact grief, and I think grief, because it's individual, it doesn't follow a time frame, it doesn't look like any one thing, and it's very individual, needs to be recognized as such. And I think offering support during that time is incredibly important. People need to know that there are others around them supporting them as the entire process plays out.
All right. Well, and you know, another point that you make is that we're all sort of grieving something at this point, even if we don't have a loved one that has passed. We're grieving the loss of milestones. Like, we're all sort of tender right now, right?
Yeah, we're all, as I saw recently, we're all in the same storm, but we're not in the same boat. And each and every one of us has been affected by social distancing, the corona pandemic, and just really the 180-degree change in our everyday life that's occurring. Some people are grieving not going to proms, not seeing graduation, you know, first-generation college students that aren't going to get to walk across the stage and have families celebrate them. People who've had to postpone weddings, people who've had to really dig deep and recognize that I'm not going to get these moments back. And that's very, very hard. We're all sort of experiencing this global collective grief. We're incredibly tender, and we need to be respectful of that in ourselves.
All right. Thank you,
Wow.
Amy. And really, don't ever forget that we can always reach out. It's not too late to reach out. And important
It's never
information.
too late.
Thank you, Amy Degurian
you.
of the University of Pittsburgh School of Social Work. Really important to hear that right now.
Gosh, that resonated so much. We are all in the same storm, just not in the same boat. I
Yes.
think that that's really important.
Well put.